stop right there.
Grandpa, I wasn't going to open it. I just wanted to see it up close. What's so special about it?
It's not a matter of special, my boy. It's dangerous far more than you realize.
Dangerous? Why? What's inside?
All right, you're old enough now. I think it's time you hear the truth.
You mean you'll tell me the story of the book? I'm excited, Grandpa.
Yes, but remember, what you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's a legacy ours.
It's a story of a mother's courage, love, and the sinister force waiting in silence. Emma never believed in curses, not until tonight. The forest road stretched endlessly ahead, bathed in pale moonlight. The wind carried faint whispers, secrets of the trees, warnings of something ancient, something unspeakable. Inside the car, Emma gripped the steering wheel tightly, her knuckles pale against the leather. Beside her, little Zoe clutched a worn stuffed rabbit, her wide eyes staring into the darkness beyond the window.
No lights, no windows down, no matter what you hear, Zoe. Promise me.
Emma's voice was low, but every syllable carried weight. Lucas's final words echoed in Emma's mind.
The Eldergrove, Emma. It changes things. It twists them until nothing is what it seems. Promise me. Zoe will be back home, and the thing holding her hand isn't something wearing your face.
The car's headlights cut a narrow path through the oppressive dark. Emma pressed her foot harder on the accelerator. They couldn't stop. The cursed forest of Eldergrove wasn't just a stretch of trees. It was alive, aware, and watching them. The rhythmic hum of the car engine was the only fragile thread keeping Emma tethered to a sense of safety in the suffocating dark. But then it stopped. Before falling silent, the dashboard flickered. No fuel warning, no engine light, nothing. Just silence. A silence so loud it pressed against Emma's chest.
Mom, why did we stop? Are we stuck here?
It's fine, sweetheart. Just a little car trouble. Stay here, don't open the door. Don't turn on the lights. Do you understand me?
Grabbing the flashlight from the glove compartment, Emma stepped out of the car. The cold night air hit her, a wall of ice, sharp and biting. She popped the hood, directing the flashlight beam at the engine. Everything looked normal, but the engine stared back at her, cold, lifeless. Emma's breathing quickened. The forest grew utterly still. No wind, no rustling leaves, just silence. From the back seat, Zoe's quivering voice broke the stillness. "Mom, I'm scared. When will we get home?" Emma turned, her voice soft but firm. "Don't worry, Zoe. I'm here. Nothing's going to happen to us." Emma's breath caught in her throat. Zoe whimpered, clutching her rabbit closer. Emma's hand shot out, finding Zoe's trembling one. "Close your eyes, baby. Keep them shut. Don't look. Don't listen." Her heartbeat thundered in her ears as she realized this wasn't an animal. It wasn't a person. It was something inhuman.
The Revenant.
The scraping stopped. A guttural growl followed, a sound so low, so primal, it made Emma's teeth chatter. Zoe, only 11 years old, suffered from asthma, a cruel affliction, especially in moments like this when fear could tighten her chest like an iron vice. Every shaky breath she took made Emma's heart pound harder. Panic could trigger an attack, and in the cursed stillness of this forest, an asthma attack could be fatal. Emma swallowed her rising dread and forced herself to stay calm. But Zoe's shallow breaths from the back seat told her time was running out. Her daughter's asthma was worsening. Every wheeze cut through Emma's heart like glass. Emma twisted around in her seat, her face barely hiding her panic. "Baby, look at me. You're okay. Just breathe slowly. I'm going to fix this. I promise." Her hand instinctively went to the amulet around her neck, a smooth, ancient pendant passed down through generations, warm against her skin despite the cold, believed to ward off evil, humming faintly with a sense of protection. "Zoe, take this." She slipped the amulet over Zoe's small head, the chain resting gently against her daughter's trembling chest. "This will keep you safe. Do you hear me? Close your eyes. No matter what happens, don't look, don't listen." With one final glance at her daughter, her fragile, precious child, Emma stepped out into the biting cold once more. The fog had thickened further, swirling around her ankles with a sentient malice. Her breath came out in sharp, visible bursts as she moved around to the driver's side, her fingers trembling as she turned the ignition key again and again. The engine sputtered, coughed, almost came to life. Her fingers closed around the small leather pouch Lucas had given her, the sacred ash. It was her last defense.
Whatever you are, whatever you want, you can't have her. Not while I'm still breathing.
Then she saw it.
Emma, safety is an illusion. I will have her.
Emma's pulse thundered in her ears. Her knuckles turned white as she gripped the car door. But Emma was ready. From her pocket, she pulled a small vial of sacred ash, a final gift from Lucas. Its grains glimmered faintly in the dim light as if infused with ancient power. With a sharp motion, Emma flung the ash towards the creature. The revenant recoiled as the ash sizzled on its shadowy form, burning through its essence like acid, its haunting shriek fading into the distance. Emma stood there, her chest heaving, the vial still trembling in her hand. But the reprieve was short-lived. The Revenant was not just a monster, it was a manifestation of something far more sinister. Ethan's words resurfaced in her mind, his voice thick with regret and fear.
The curse, Emma. It's a blood curse tied to our family. Zoe's fate is sealed. She won't live past 25 unless we stop this. The Revenant is a guardian of that curse. It'll do everything it can to stop us from reaching Eldergrove.
Emma's breath hitched. Zoe wasn't just being hunted, she was being claimed. Time was running out, and Eldergrove was their only chance. Emma's sacred ashes had worked, but they had also enraged the shadowy figure to an unimaginable degree. The Revenant became more violent, more determined to attack. Emma knew it was going to be nearly impossible to survive now. This time, the entity would unleash its full power. With renewed determination, Emma gripped the car door and climbed back inside, grabbing Zoe's hand. We're leaving, now. They couldn't rely on the car anymore. The forest was suffocating, pressing in from all sides. No longer afraid, Emma tightened her grip on her daughter's hand and made a desperate decision. Hold on tight, we're running for the village. In the chaos of their flight, her daughter's locket fell unnoticed onto the road, but neither of them realized it. The fog clung to their skin, damp and suffocating, as if it carried whispers of 1,000 voices, all urging them to turn back. Keep running, Zoe. Don't stop. Don't look back. Emma's voice was firm, but the terror quivered at its edges. The revenant was behind them, somewhere, watching, hunting. Then they saw it, through the thinning fog, a wooden sign, its letters barely visible beneath layers of grime and moss. The sign read, Ethereal Grove. It felt like a beacon, a fragile thread of hope dangling above a pit of despair. Emma's breath caught in her throat. Lucas's word flashed through her mind. If anything goes wrong, remember, between the forest and the village there's a sacred place known as Ethereal Grove. Don't stop to think, just head straight there. Emma encouraged Zoe. We're almost there, Zoe, just a little further. But the forest was not about to let them go so easily. A sudden gust of icy wind slammed into them, sending Zoe stumbling to her knees. Emma pulled her daughter up, her eyes darting into the swirling dark behind them. And then she saw it. The revenant emerging from the fog like a nightmare given form. Emma screamed, pulling Zoe into her arms and bolting forward with every ounce of strength left in her. With a sickening crack, a dark tendril lashed out from the revenant, wrapping around Zoe's ankle and yanking her backward. No! Emma screamed, dropping to her knees and grabbing Zoe's arm. The tendril tightened, pulling Zoe further away. Tears streamed down Zoe's face as she reached desperately for her mother. Desperation flooded Emma's veins as she pulled with every ounce of strength she had left. Zoe's terrified eyes locked onto Emma's, her small hands trembling in her mother's grasp. With a final, bone-deep cry, Emma wrenched Zoe free, but the cost was steep. The revenant's grip shifted, and Emma felt herself being pulled into the shadows. Emma's voice cut through the chaos, sharp and trembling. Run, Zoe! Run to the house! Don't stop, no matter what! Zoe froze, her face streaked with tears, her small body trembling. Go! Emma screamed, her voice cracking with raw desperation. I'll find you, I promise. Zoe turned and ran, her small feet pounding against the earth as she bolted toward the house. The forest seemed to close in behind her, branches clawing at her clothes, whispers hissing in her ears. Emma turned to face the revenant, clutching the small pouch of sacred ash tightly in her palm. The creature loomed over her, a twisted silhouette of darkness and malice. Its hollow eyes glowed faintly as it let out a guttural growl that reverberated in Emma's chest. She hurled the sacred ash at the revenant. But it wasn't enough. The revenant surged forward, a tidal wave of darkness and hunger. Up ahead, Zoe's bare feet crossed into the courtyard of the house. Her lungs burned, her heart pounded, but she didn't stop. The revenant lunged after her, but it couldn't follow. A shimmer, almost imperceptible, hung in the air around the courtyard, like an invisible barrier, The revenant let out an ear-splitting shriek, its dark form writhing in fury as it slammed against the unseen wall. Zoe curled into herself, sobbing, her small frame shaking with exhaustion and terror. Dawn began to bleed into the sky, pale light chasing away the shadows. The revenant's form began to waver, its power fading with the night.
Grandpa, have we reached the end of the tale?
Oh no, my boy. The story has only just begun.
But Zoe made it through the night, right? The ghost disappeared with the sunrise. That means she's safe now, right?
Safe? Ah, my boy, safety is such a fragile thing. Just because the night retreats does not mean the darkness is gone. Wait, you must listen to what happens next. You see, some stories don't end just because the sun rises.
What do you mean, Grandpa?
Ah, my boy, listen closely now, because this is the part where fate drags in the strong, the defiant, the one who refuse to run. Now, listen closely. Zoe walked cautiously along the narrow road, her wide eyes darting between the looming trees. The forest felt endless, its shadows stretching like dark fingers around her. Tears burned in her eyes as the weight of realization settled in. She was lost. Just then, a woodcutter, making his way through the dense woods, spotted her. Seeing the fear in her face, he approached carefully. "Are you lost, little one?" he asked. Zoe could only nod, her voice caught in her throat. The woodcutter didn't hesitate. He took her to the nearest police station, hoping someone there could help. Inside the dimly lit station, Zoe sat in a corner, her arms wrapped around herself. The cold metal chair beneath her only added to the chill she felt deep in her bones. She didn't understand. Why had her mother come to this strange village? Who had she been looking for? With a shaky breath, Zoe told the officers everything. But instead of concern, the officers exchanged glances. Muted whispers passed between them. They didn't believe her. "Just a frightened child's imagination," one muttered. That's when Zoe reached for the phone, and with that call, everything changed.
Who did you call, Zoe?
My uncle, Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan Blackwood?
His body stiffened. The entire station went silent. Conversations halted. Officers, once indifferent, now turned their heads. Ethan Blackwood wasn't just a name. He was a legend, a detective with an unbroken records.
Hey, Brian, it's me. I'm on my way. Look after my niece until I get there.
What about Emma, Grandpa?
Why do you ask, my boy?
Because she promised Zoe she'd come back.
Yes, she did promise. She'll come back. But for days no one knew what had happened to Emma. And yet, the whispers carried stories no one dared to believe.
But where was she? She saved Zoe, didn't she? She fought the Revenant, but then... Wait, did she survive?